My guest today is a Golden Globe Award-winning actress who is well loved as Peggy Olson on the AMC hit Mad Men. As that show sadly winds down, she's returned to Broadway playing Heidi Holland in the Heidi Chronicles. Hello, Elisabeth Moss. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm so
How
glad
are
you're
you?
here.
I'm very glad to be here.
I am a huge fan of yours.
Thank you.
So I'm so thrilled that you are here.
Thank you very much.
Now,
I appreciate it.
is it Lizzie, Elizabeth? I know Jason Biggs likes to call you Lizzie.
Lizzie is generally,
Oh, really? That's
what everyone calls me. Yeah.
Friends. So maybe by the end of the interview, I'll call you Lizzie.
Maybe. We'll see.
I might keep it formal for now,
We'll see
Elizabeth.
how it goes. See how the interview goes.
Oh my God, let me just get this over with. I love the Heidi Chronicles.
Thank you.
And I love your production of the Heidi Chronicles. But it's funny, Heidi Chronicles is actually like one of the first plays I saw. Like when I was
Really?
when I was a teenager, when I was like first getting into Broadway.
Yeah.
And I loved musicals first. And I was like, let me see some plays.
Sure.
And like I realized watching it yesterday that to me it's like the perfect play. And I judge every other play. Is it as good as the Heidi Chronicles? And I love the Heidi Chronicles.
That's
do
very
you love
nice
it as
of
much as I do?
I do. I do love it. And it is kind of the perfect play. It's one of those plays that as we've worked on it, as we've learned it and become more familiar with it, you just keep discovering how sort of actually brilliant it is and how well written it is, and the way that she just structured things is actually far more interesting and deeper than you even realize on the first read.
Right. And the relationships in it. I mean, God, those characters, the relationship with you and those two guys, with Peter and Scoop.
Yep, that was one of the first things that I really loved and identified with, because I felt like, you know, honestly, man or woman, like whatever age you are, whatever generation, everyone has had a Peter or a Scoop in some form. You know, everyone has that kind of, you know, best friend, love of their life that for some reason or another you're not actually going to be with.
Right.
And then everyone has had that person that like you really shouldn't be with.
Right.
But you sort of can't help it sometimes.
Right. So it's fair to say you have Scoops and Peters in your life?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone has, you know. Yeah. I mean, I'm a 32-year-old woman. I've definitely had Peters and Scoops in my life.
Yeah. When I first heard you might be doing this, I was like, oh my God, this is like this is perfect. This is like nice. I dreamt it.
Thank you.
Did you know the play?
I was familiar with it. I wasn't as familiar with it, obviously, as I am now.
Yeah.
But I was semi-familiar with it. I didn't go to theater school or anything. I know, shame on me. But I didn't quite have the education that a lot of people would have had in plays. But I was familiar with it because it's an iconic play. You know, it's not just a play that theater people know. I feel like it's a play that a certain generation and time period is aware of. You know.
Right. There's so much you do a lot of you have a lot of time alone. You have these great monologues.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You do this monologue in Act 2, which is like a master class in acting.
Oh God.
Oh my God. No, it's so emotional. I mean, what's it like to get out on stage and do something so emotional?
To be honest, I was so terrified at first, and it took me a while to not be scared doing that monologue. And every once in a while, I'll get a jolt of nerves now still. Now it's actually become one of my favorite parts of the play because it's such a beautifully written speech.
Yeah.
And if you just follow it, it'll take you where you need to go. And it's definitely become one of my favorite parts of the play. And I used to be really scared of it, and now I kind of really enjoy it. It's very fun to do because the first part's sort of so funny and self-deprecating.
Yeah.
And then, of course, every actor loves to get emotional. And one of the most interesting parts that actually works really well for me is I really can't see anyone.
Right.
If I focus, I can see the first few rows. But I actually can't really see anything.
I thought you were looking at me at one point.
I know, that's what everyone says.
I was like, but you weren't. You couldn't
No,
even see me.
I can't see anyone.
Darkness.
It's black. It's black with some light. So you really can't see anything. But I'm sure people think that I'm looking at them.
I thought we had a connection.
I'm sure we did. We had a connection in here.
Jason Biggs and Bryce Pinkham.
Ugh,
wow, you got some good leading men.
Just the worst. I mean, what did I do to deserve such horrible leading men?
You've obviously known Jason Biggs since he put his thing in a pie. I'm sure you've known his work.
As we all have, yes.
As we all have. We all love that. Bryce is a more of a Broadway guy.
Yeah.
Did you see him in Gentleman's Guide?
I did. I went to go see him when, we knew that he would maybe be Peter. And I wanted to see it anyways, and I just sort of fell in love with him. I just think he's so incredibly talented and wonderful. I mean, I'm incredibly lucky. They're so nice, so professional, so talented. I mean, I'm the luckiest girl on Broadway.
Were there a lot of bonding sessions to try to? I mean, the chemistry is really important.
Yeah.
Between you and both those guys.
Mm-hmm. We went out and had a drink. I had sort of met Bryce backstage after Gentleman's Guide, and then me and Bryce and Jason went out to have a drink at Bar Central before we did our photo shoot for the ad campaign, because we were like, we should like hang out for a second before we have to pretend that we know each other. I'd met Bryce, but not Jason. And I met Bryce briefly, you know. So we had a drink at Bar Central and kind of bonded, and it was pretty clear immediately that we were going to be fine and we were going to get along really well.
Right. They Jason is a character.
He's
like
so
off
funny.
stage, he's a character.
I know.
Like anyone who follows him like on social media. I mean, he's a real character.
He's one of the funniest people I know.
Yeah.
He really, really is. But he's such a sweetheart. That's the thing, and I think that's why people like him, is because he's hilarious and he can definitely cross the line, which you'd be the first person to like admit. But he's really nice.
Right.
It's never ill-intentioned, you know? Like he's actually a really good person.
Right.
And his wife is just like beautiful and funny and like
they're hilarious.
Everyone should hate them. They're super annoying. They're both like gorgeous and funny and amazing.
He's basically endeared himself to the whole world when he put his thing in a pie.
Yes.
I mean, that was basically
the
moment.
I think he loves that everyone remembers, I'm sure.
How annoyed are you? Okay, so I'm a big Mad Men freak. Peggy Olson is like one of the greatest characters ever written. How annoying is it to always have to compare her with Heidi? I mean, okay, so yes, they're obviously they both have great journeys as women and characters. And it's sort of the obvious question everyone asks you, right?
I think that, listen, I played Peggy for 7 seasons.
Yeah.
Anything that I've done is compared to her. When I did Top of the Lake, Robin totally got compared to Peggy, and everyone was like, oh, they're so similar in that way. It's just kind of par for the course. And if you play a character who's a very strong female, feminist kind of person, it's like, well, it's going to be compared to one of the most, iconic feminist characters on television, of course. So I don't really mind it. I'm proud of both of them.
Yeah.
I think they're different.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode recently of 7B, and I actually was struck personally by how different they are. They're actually more different than I thought they were, because I had some perspective on the show, having been wrapped for like 9 months and having played Heidi for a while. And I was like, oh, they actually are like a little more different than I thought they were,
Yeah. I think they're pretty different.
But I love their similarities.
Do you have a desire to play someone who's just like such a mess and so not pulled together that she won't be a role model and she won't ever be compared anywhere near Peggy?
I think I should play. Although I think that Peggy is totally a mess and not a role model.
But
you know what I mean? Like that's what we love, and that's what's interesting. And same with Heidi. Like the thing that people identify with and love about her is her sadness and the fact that she feels stranded, and then she kind of pulls it together. That's actually what people identify with. So to me, like they're both total messes.
Right.
I should play like a perfect housewife at some point that has no problems whatsoever.
So this is very sad. So as a Mad Men fan, it's a very sad time in our lives.
Yes.
Because we are about to see the final half, and they stretched it out.
For you.
It's almost like I almost wish they would just be like, just give us 1 episode a year.
Right, totally.
Like if you're gonna space it out,
totally.
Let me just milk
one a year, and we'll all just watch it over and over. I get it, man. Like I mean, I'm a huge TV fan, and when Friday Night Lights ended, I was devastated. Didn't understand. When Breaking Bad ended, I was so angry that it was being taken away from me.
Right.
All of them. I mean, I'm a huge fan of all of these shows, so I get the sadness. It's really upsetting.
I need a little help from you.
Yeah. What can I do?
Even though it's not on every Sunday night.
Yeah.
I do.
Would you like me to come and perform for you every Sunday?
No. I just want to know, what am I supposed to do on Sunday night? Do you have any ideas for like what I could do to get through these hard Sunday
watch
nights?
Old episodes of Mad Men.
Great. I actually just started watching season 1 again.
There you go. Yeah. Perfect.
Do you ever do that? You watch the old ones?
No.
Do you watch them when they're on? You said you just watched the new one.
I did, because we went to a screening.
You had to.
So I had to.
So you don't really watch them?
I don't really watch them all the time. I tend to see them at some point, but I often am lucky enough to be working on something else.
Right. Yeah.
So honestly, the last thing I want to do is like go home and watch myself on television. That would be kind of like a little narcissistic of me. So I tend to watch them later. At some point, I'm going to go back and watch like all of them, you know, like in 5 years, and probably cry and be a
Yeah.
mess and not get out of bed for like 3 weeks.
So do you have any good hobbies to recommend that I can get into maybe?
TV watching.
Just watch more TV. Just watch more TV.
Just watch TV. Just watch more TV. You could watch Top of the Lake.
I've seen
another
that.
program.
I've seen that. You want me to keep watching that over and over?
You could watch The West Wing. Did you see The West Wing? I was in that.
I could watch Girl Interrupted.
That was good. You could watch Girl Interrupted.
I could watch GYPSY.
You could watch GYPSY.
Midler. Let's talk
Old
about that.
School.
Okay, let's talk about that. So you were in, which may be the finest gypsy film. I mean, that gypsy film is a really good gypsy film.
Yeah,
you were Baby Louise.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy.
I know.
I couldn't find clips of it because
really?
Yeah, they got taken off YouTube. But I found photos.
Yeah.
You were a cute little.
Yeah,
Baby
her
Louise.
little bangs, and I actually looked a little bit like Peggy. I feel like when she first starts out, you know.
Now you grew up in LA. So you were exposed to show business pretty early?
I mean, my family were all musicians.
Right.
So, and jazz.
Right.
So I was sort of exposed to a different kind
Yeah,
of show
yeah.
business. I was the only actor.
Right.
So it was a little different in that sense.
But how did you end up going to your first audition?
I was a ballet dancer, and I did The Sound of Music with my class when I was like 5 or 6, and played the littlest one. I think it's like Greta.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, you with her.
Yeah, whatever's like the smallest one.
Okay.
And an agent came and saw me and like talked to my mom and was like, "Do you want her to do commercials or something?" And I think I was like, my mom asked me, and I was like, "Sure." And I've asked my mom since then because I've been like, you know, people ask me like, you need to tell me what the story is.
Give me the story.
Give me the true story so I know what to say to people. And she said they're just like, she was like, you just kept liking it. You just kept liking it. I would take you to things and you got it and then you liked it and I would ask you if you wanted to do it again and you did. And so we just kept going, you know, and she just kind of kept checking in with me and seeing if I liked it and I kept liking it.
Wow.
And here I am.
And you still like it?
Yeah.
Still like it?
I still
She's
like
just
it.
liking it.
My mom keeps asking me, do you still like it? And I'm like, yes, I still like it.
So what was Gypsy like? What was Bette Midler like?
Oh, wonderful. I mean, I was kind of I still am like a little bit of a musical theater nerd.
Yeah, I know. I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I sense that.
Yeah, I like closeted musical theater nerd. And closeted just because like I've never done a musical.
Right. Although you are singing on Broadway.
I do. It is my singing debut on Broadway.
I noticed.
Thank you. But so I knew who Bette Midler was. I sort of loved her and thought she was. I think I had even seen like For the Boys, which is kind of amazing at like 10 years old. But I just thought she was wonderful.
I love For the Boys, by the way.
I love For the Boys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fantastic film, and the soundtrack is amazing. So I knew who she was, and I was a little nervous, to meet her and stuff and rehearse with her. But she was so nice. Yeah. And also totally kind of who you want her to be. Like, she definitely had that strength and that Bette Midler thing, which I wanted, Right. She was wonderful.
Right. Have you seen that movie recently? No.
No, I have not.
You don't watch yourself.
Yeah.
It's a good movie, though.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. I really enjoyed doing it. It was fun.
So I read that. So sounds like you were exposed to Broadway like pretty early. Like I heard that Cherry Jones and the Heiress was important to you. I read that.
I saw that in LA actually when I was I think maybe 13, 14. I'm not sure exactly when that was, but I was around that age. And that was the play that was what made me want to do plays, and what made me understand that you could, I don't know, just what that was. Yeah. Seeing that performance and seeing that you could translate.
Have you met Cherry Jones?
I did. I was really, really...
Did you fangirl?
I did.
Where'd you meet her?
Class Menagerie.
That was incredible.
Yeah, I went up afterwards, which was like so amazing, and I actually got the chance to say to her that story about how the Heiress made me want to do theater, and she was so nice about it, and just like it was kind of one of those moments where, you never know when you meet your idols what's going to happen. Right. And she was so lovely. Yeah. And it was very cool.
Yeah, she's good people.
Yeah, she's really nice.
Yeah, you should do a show with her.
Oh my God, I would die.
Amazing?
I would die.
We should work on that.
I know. Oh,
she would like that.
I would do anything.
Any classic plays you want?
Anything she wanted.
Anything?
Anything. I don't care. Let's leave it up to her. Whatever she wants to do, I'm fine with.
Yeah, she's remarkable.
Yeah.
And I also, but back to the musical theater thing, Sunset Boulevard, I know you saw, right? That was a big one?
Yes, I saw Glenn Close do it, and I think I saw Patti LuPone do it, too. I think I saw it twice.
London?
No, I saw it.
Unfortunately, you didn't see Patti LuPone.
Oh, I didn't? I must just have had the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we listen to that soundtrack a lot.
Oh my God, I love that soundtrack. It's so good.
Yeah, it sounds like you are like a big...
I'm like a total musical.
You're just like a total musical theater nerd.
Smash. Like, I loved that
you
show.
What?
Smash, you know that show?
Smash, yeah.
Yeah. I love that show.
You're a big Smash fan?
Big Smash fan.
Wow.
I really am.
I'm sure they would have written you a role if it kept going.
I know. I didn't know.
I don't know what.
I didn't watch it, I think, when it was on. I think I watched it like after.
Oh, okay.
I go on Broadway.com and I watch the videos, people backstage and stuff.
I love that you're on Broadway.com.
Megan Hilty is like I love her so much.
You love her?
Oh my God.
Have you met her?
No. But I'm gonna reach out to her. I got her information from someone, and I'm gonna write her a fan email.
You're gonna write Megan Hilty a fan email?
Yes, I think she's incredible.
She is incredible. She's amazing.
I love her so much.
She's amazing. I'm sure she would write one right back.
You think?
Is there anyone else? I love that you have this secret musical thing. Is there anyone else? Have you met Patti LuPone? Because you mentioned Patti LuPone a lot.
I haven't.
Patti LuPone, why don't you come in?
Oh my God, can you imagine?
I wish I'd known this.
Here.
We could have done like...
Come on out, Patti.
Like, we could have done like a whole like outing you as a fangirl and just had all your... We could have Cherry here. We could have Megan.
That'd be amazing.
Oh my God.
I would die.
I mean, they've sat in the same chair. Patti sat in that chair. Yeah, that chair has been... Yeah, her butt rubbed that chair.
Maybe some will rub off on me tonight for my show.
So you haven't met Patti.
I haven't met Patti. I haven't met Bernadette Peters. She'd be amazing. I have met Glenn Close.
It seems like when you do a show on Broadway, there should almost be like a cocktail party where all the legends are there and just say, welcome, darling.
Welcome to Broadway.
Yeah, would that be great?
Well, Dame Helen Mirren is across the street from me in the audience.
Right. And she knows who you are.
She does. And her photo stares at me every day when I take a nap and I get ready. And I lie down and take a nap, and she's just looking at me like, you will never be as good as me. Keep trying. You will never be me.
So maybe when you're actually doing your big monologue, you're thinking of that photo staring at you.
Staring me down. I want to throw like rocks across at her window and see if I can get her attention.
You've said in print that you would actually like to try doing a musical someday.
Yeah, I would.
But that you'd have to work on your voice, you said. Have you done any of this yet?
No. I've been a little busy with this play.
Oh, right.
So I haven't gotten there yet. But I've sung, I've taken lessons and stuff over the years, and I can sing on, key.
Good.
But obviously,
you said you can't do the Idina Menzel shit.
No.
Which I love.
No, I can't. I mean, who can though? I mean, that's a whole other. That's Idina Menzel could do the Idina Menzel shit. I mean, I know what it takes to keep my voice in shape for this play.
Right.
I can't imagine what it takes to do a show like 8 times a week and sing.
Right.
So it's less about learning how to sing and more about learning how to take care of myself and having strength. You know.
Right.
I don't have that technique.
Right.
So I would love to do that, but I don't think I'll ever do, something on the scale of
Norma
Miss
Desmond.
Menzel.
You said you want to play Norma Desmond.
I would love to.
That's the hardest role to sing.
I know.
Do you sing along
but I
to
feel like I've got
recording?
like 20 years to practice. I feel like I have a second to practice.
I love the idea that you're like singing along to the album just like I do.
Oh,
You're like With One Look
course.
and all the As If We Never Said Goodbye.
With One Look is one of the best songs.
Right?
I love that song.
I agree.
Oh my God, it's so good. Heartbreaking. Did you see it?
Of course I saw it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Sensible Love.
Oh my God, it's so
and
good. I was telling Bryce that he should do it. He'd be great in that.
Oh, Joe Gillis, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love that you're suggesting some career moves.
Oh, I have all kinds of ideas for him. I have all kinds of things that I'm setting him up for.
You like sad musicals.
Yeah.
As do I.
Yeah.
As do I. Sad musicals are the best.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What's like your go-to curl up in a ball and cry musical? Do you have one?
Gosh. Well, oh my God, there's so many. I mean, Sunset Boulevard's a sad musical.
Spoilers. He dies in the first minute. I mean, he's dead in the beginning. It's not really a spoiler.
It's not really a spoiler. Also, you should have totally seen the movie. And if you haven't, you should not be watching the musical. I would say, there's the old school ones like Phantom.
Yeah.
Always
you like those classics. Yeah.
I loved Cats.
You love what?
Cats.
Cats?
Yeah.
I love Cats too. It's okay. You can actually, this is a safe zone.
Notice how quiet I got?
To say, this is actually a safe zone to say you love Cats.
I loved it.
Many people have discussed Cats.
I was 12.
In this setting. No, please.
Wonderful.
Cats is huge to me.
Memories is
Cats is coming
amazing.
back.
I know.
Cats are gonna be back. I
and
feel
we'll
like
never ever leave.
he'll never leave again.
He will never
now
leave
and
us
literally
again.
forever. So Grisabella, how about that?
I mean, it's an incredible song.
Do you want to sing "Memory" on Broadway?
I don't think I necessarily am that caliber.
Maybe they could add like a little kitty role for you that like doesn't have to dance that much.
Yes.
And doesn't have to sit. But then you could be
you
on
could,
it.
like,
I mean, you could
prance
be
around.
in it. Yeah.
See, all the roles that I want to play, especially in musicals, are all a little older than me.
Okay.
So I want to do like Sunset Boulevard. I want to do Gypsy. I want to do Mame.
Right.
They're all like. So I figured it's perfect because I have plenty of time to work on my voice.
Yeah, you have time.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So like in like 15, 20 years, we could just like have you here doing
I'll just be like lined
classic.
up one
Just
show
line up
after
the classics.
The next.
Line up the classics.
Yeah.
I love this idea.
Yeah, I like it too.
I should tell you though, I'll be really upset if like 20 years from now I look back and I go, she never did a musical.
Oh. Well, you won't have to. Don't worry.
Really? Okay.
Don't worry. I'll if I can muscle my way in somewhere, I'm sure I will. I'm sure I'll do it.
I love it. Bryce Pinkham would be a good co-star too. He could show you the ropes.
I would read the telephone book with that man. I would do anything.
I love that you're a big musical nerd.
Oh yeah, I really do. I love them. I mean, for me, there's nothing like I was a dancer. I was a ballet dancer.
Right.
So for me, the idea of singing, dancing, and acting on is the trifecta. It's putting it all together. There's nothing more exciting to me than singing a musical. I like singing musicals more than plays sometimes. But our play has a lot of music in it.
Yeah.
It's practically the scale of like a small musical.
Yeah.
Our tech was insane.
Yeah.
We have more, I think, drops or something than Cinderella.
You dance.
I sing, I dance.
Yeah.
There actually is a little bit of singing and dancing from everyone.
Yeah.
So we have 13 set changes. Like, it's a pretty big thing.
So musical fans shouldn't be afraid to go to it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. It's not like a
Maybe that's why I like it.
Yeah. It's like it makes you, I don't know, it's very funny.
Yeah.
It's moving.
It's very moving. Are you kidding me? You made me cry.
Aw, thanks.
You totally made me cry. Do you like making people cry?
Yes.
Because Peggy also makes me cry too.
I love making people
cry. You always make me cry.
It's my job.
What are you doing, Emmy?
It's my job. It's what I do.
So I've talked again briefly about Mad Men. So it's starting up, and so why don't you just tell us how it ends?
Okay.
Let's just get that out because people want to know.
Sure, hold on. Oh, sorry, are we out of time? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, God, I was totally about to tell you. Oh, that's so awkward.
Damn, I was so close.
So sorry.
So close.
Next time, okay?
Okay.
Next time.
No, actually, that's always been a problem. That's a problem with TV in general because you do things so far in advance, and then we see it's like so you know literally how you're one of the few people that knows how this beloved show ends.
Yeah.
That's a crazy amount of power. Do you feel powerful?
Yes, very. Very
wildly
powerful. I feel very powerful. I've actually known the one part of the ending. I've actually known for years. Wow. So that's actually good because you can tell me a secret, and I will not tell people because I've known the ending of Mad Men for a while.
Skill of secret holding.
I've kept it to myself. But yeah, I do know the end. It's fun. It's definitely something that I think that people will definitely be surprised by certain elements of it.
Okay.
I was surprised by my part.
Okay.
In it, I actually genuinely, that's not lip service. Like I really was surprised. But I also think that it makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
For all of the characters, everything kind of fits.
I'll feel satisfied.
I think so. I mean, it's one of those things you never know, and people.
Well, people are impossible.
Yeah, it's like everyone has an opinion, and I get it. Like I get it. I have opinions too. But there's that thing I saw an article recently about like, this finale was like too perfect, and is a too perfect finale worse than a vague finale? It's like you can't win. You have the Sopranos finale, which I thought was brilliant and loved,
brilliant.
And obviously it was like the vaguest thing in the entire world.
Yeah.
And then you might have like the Friday Night Lights finale, which was perfection, and just left you feeling like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted to happen.
Okay.
I loved both of them, so I don't know.
Okay.
People are hard to please, but I was happy with our ending.
Have you ever almost slipped and said something you weren't supposed to say and gotten like a text from the bosses?
Stone
You're
cold.
so good at it.
Yes.
Wow.
I've done it for years. I haven't talked about this show for years.
Did you keep any Peggy stuff?
Yeah, I did. I kept her red thermos that she carries with her everywhere.
Nice.
I kept this ring that she's worn every episode for 7 seasons.
Wow.
I kept a dress. I kept this purple chair that she
Uh-huh.
has, a typewriter, a telephone, some artwork. I
love it.
basically got a lot of loot.
You could have a little Madman
Yeah,
museum.
yeah, it's all in my closet.
Wow.
Maybe I'll have my own exhibit in my apartment.
You could totally do that,
Just
and
make some money on
people
the
would probably
side.
pay you a lot of money to do that.
Theater doesn't pay a lot. I might just,
Or you could have done your dressing room, like you could
Yeah.
have done like Peggy Olsen's dressing room.
Yeah, totally.
And hopefully more of your Mad Men co-stars will come to Broadway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
know.
we got to get John Hamm up in here.
I know. And
He circles Broadway a lot.
yeah, I know. I feel like he would be brilliant. I mean, Slattery is
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
a resident
gotta get him
theater
back. We gotta
guy.
get him
He
back.
definitely has to come back and do something.
Yeah. Would you want to do anything with any of them?
Yes.
Yes?
I would do something with any of them. In
Any
fact,
of them.
Slattery and I actually were talking about it at my opening night. We were kind of talking about an
cool.
idea. But I would do anything he wanted to do, whether it was TV, film, or theater. I just think he's brilliant.
You seem very susceptible to a lot of people's opinions about what, like, if
I know,
I think if Patti
like-
LuPone had something, you would be fine with that. And
I basically just seem like
just tell me where to go.
like an actor whore, where I'm just like, where do I go? I don't care. I'll do anything with anyone. I have no principles.
Well, I'm really
no goals of my own.
You've actually been filming a lot of movies. You've been filming movies, and
Yeah.
you got a lot of things going
Yeah,
on.
I did 4 films after we wrapped the show.
Wow.
So, which was really, it's nice to know after you finish something that you've been working on for a while that other people want to work with you.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, it's comforting.
Yeah. You're not going anywhere.
Well, thank you.
So what? April 5th, Mad Men.
April 5th, Mad
is
Men.
when my life starts slowly
Yes,
deteriorating.
when your life slowly starts to disintegrate.
It's gonna be so sad.
I'm very sorry about that. I feel for you. Nothing you
Let
can
me know.
do.
I'm still looking for a hobby for Sunday
Yeah,
night.
I'll let you know. Maybe knitting? You ever considered
Yeah,
that?
maybe.
Needlepoint?
Do you do that?
No.
I didn't think so.
No. Do I look like I do that?
Well, everyone, if you haven't seen the HEIDI Chronicles, please go, because it is. I really, really, really genuinely love this play. It's one of my
Thank you
favorite
so
things I've
much.
seen all season, and your performance is one of my favorite performances.
Thank
It's
you.
a beautiful, beautiful work, and please keep doing
Appreciate it.
Broadway.
I
And I'm
will.
really looking forward to the classic musicals from starting in 2028.
Yes, for
or
my
whatever. We'll
Gypsy Mame Sunset Boulevard lineup.
Yeah. But
Maybe I'll just do them in rep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I could just do them like
Yeah,
rotating.
you got to build up that voice,
I
build up
know.
that endurance. Talk to Patti.
I gotta start
Get some
practicing.
tips.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
It's a pleasure.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.